Our garden here in the mountains of southern Appalachia is winding down. We still have a few things growing, but some things we've already pulled out. The plants are gone, they've quit producing, and we've done pulled them out and they're gone. This end of the growing season, especially thinking of late July and through the month of August, this is September now, that's the time that you really find yourself putting up, is how we say it, putting up a lot of food. It really preserving, whether you're canning, drying, freezing, pickling, fermenting, whatever you're doing, that's the time that you're really busy processing all that wonderful produce. So we've been doing that for the past couple of months, and a lot of it's, we love that feeling. A lot of it's in our freezer or on our canning shelves in the basement. That's a wonderful, wonderful feeling to have. But there's still a few things that we need to continue to work on. So today I'm going to kind of be doing a day of preserving, a day of harvesting from the garden and preserving. Some of it will be really easy preserving, which is just to take things from the garden and put them on my porch. That's super easy. And then there's some other things I'm going to make. I think I'm going to make some pepper jelly, maybe some pickled peppers. I'll have to see how many peppers I actually have growing out in the garden, and a few other things that I need to do. One thing we've been working on harvesting as the things are dying back is beans, just seed to save for next year. So this Yount's bean is a bean that we've grew for many, many years. It's a bush bean, but we've almost let our seed get away from us. So this year, every Yount's bean that we grew, we just saved for seed. And then these are some other varieties of climbing beans that we saved this year. So here's some little peppers we're gonna get. I'm not sure if I wanna make, at least even if I just make one jar, I wanna make at least a jar of the pickles that we made for the first time last year that we all really loved. And these are the perfect size. Since I'm so interested in making them, I'm going to go ahead and get some of the ones that have not turned yet. That one's about to turn. Still got some little blooms on them, so they may keep producing for us till cold weather gets here. This is a pepper that turns yellow, and I'm laughing because Corey and Matt are making fun of how I talk, as usual. Anyway, I'm not going to wait for it to turn yellow. I'm going to get them because Matt's been driving me crazy about pepper jelly, and so he's going to get green pepper jelly. And hopefully we'll get enough with what I've got in the house that we'll be able to make him some pepper jelly. So here's two that have turned, two yellow ones. So we found some more peppers up here. There's a little red one. Uh-oh, the bottom of it's bad. I feel it. There's a nice red one. And then here's some little ones that'll be perfect for our pickled peppers. They'll just be the right size. Another thing I want to harvest up here is this wonderful, wonderful peas that Debbie shared with us. Let me open this one so you can see them. Holstein peas. We've just let them dry on the vine. Aren't they pretty? So we can cook them this winter, but there's not very many of them, so more than likely we'll keep most of them for seed, but I really love them. I'm going to have to taste some of them though, so maybe I'll end up with enough to keep a few and eat a few. So I'm going to see if I've got any okra ready to harvest. When you grow okra, it grows so fast that you pretty much have to cut it every day. So I've already got some in the house that I know I want to freeze. I want to put in the freezer for future use. So I'm going to go ahead and see, even if I just get 2 or 3 extra pods to go with that, I'm going to do that. So that'll be already in the freezer, and I won't have to worry about my okra for a day or 2. So this will just be an ongoing process of getting the winter squash. You can see this is a little one, but it'll eat good too. And you can see the vine there is pretty much dead. So I'm just gonna cut it off. This is the easy harvesting. We'll just wipe it off and put it on the porch. So here's one of our green and white striped cushaws that we really, really love. I've got several videos on them about what we do with them, but you can see the vine is just coming apart. I don't even have to cut it. It just pulls loose. So this one, you can see the vine is not totally dried out. It's still green, even though you can tell it's on its way out. So I'm going to leave that one right where it's at for a little bit longer. So here's another one that's completely dried out. So we'll go ahead and get it. So this is a little one that was dried out. It's not fully developed, but what I seen was happening, there's a little hole right there, so something's already been eaten on it. So if I take this one, I'll have to take it inside and go ahead and process it and see if there's any of it that I can salvage, or if the inside, if it's all eat up. But there was the way I knew was there's another little place. There was a bunch of little jelly looking stuff right beside that where whatever's in there had dug out the squash and left it behind. Here's another one of the cushaws, not as big as the others, but will still be good to eat. So here's one of the green and white striped ones. It's really big, you can see, but since it's a little bit still green, I'm just going to leave it right where it's at for a little bit longer. So this is a candy roaster. Better than a pumpkin, I think, but you can read about candy roasters, but they're really great. I have a recipe for candy roaster cookies. Makes me want to go in and fix some. And it's not all the way brown, but it is in danger of being run over. I don't even know how it's made it this long. So I'm going to go ahead and harvest it just because I don't want something to happen to it. It's right at you can see it's on the outside, growing on the outside of the rock, so it's closer to where somebody's tires could accidentally run over it if it was somebody delivering something, or even one of us backing up. When I moved the candy roaster, a cricket jumped out really quick, and then look, there's a big night crawler. So it was providing a damp place for some of the things to live. They'll have to find them another home now. Now that we've got them up on the porch, what we're going to do, very simply, it doesn't take much, is I'm just literally going to brush them off with my hand. I'm not going to go get any kind of towel or wet or anything like that. And then we've got this place cleaned out here, and I'm just going to lay them out, kind of like they were laying in the garden. When they don't fully develop, a lot of times they don't last as long as the ones that are fully mature. So I'm going to take it inside. So if you're smarter than me, you could wipe all the dirt off before you come onto the porch, but it'll sweep off. It'll be okay. Now these that we've got here, of course we've got more in the yard, they'll just stay out here, and this gives them a curing process, a curing time. I'm no expert, I'm just telling you what we do. This is how we've been doing it for many, many years, and it works for us. We leave them in the garden until that dries out completely, and then we bring them up on the porch. We kind of brush them off. We don't wet them or anything like that. And this is a covered porch, so the sun's not hitting them, but it does have airflow out here. And then we'll leave them here. Most of the time I leave them here until I see on the weather report, or I hear somebody says, you know, there's going to be a big frost in the morning. It's going to come a big frost. And that's when I start thinking about taking them into my kitchen. Now during that process, of course, I'm in and out on the porch all the time. I'll kind of give them a glance and look at them. And if I was to see one that had a soft place, or had like the one in the garden that we seen that had the bug coming out of it, or the bug remains coming out of it, I'll go ahead and take it in the house and go ahead and process it. But these others that make it till cold weather, and then they end up going into my kitchen to live until we need them, until we decide to eat one day, or I decide it's a good day to put it up. They will sometimes last all the way till next summer. That's how long winter squash lasts. It's like one of the miracle things of having winter squash. And if you're somebody that preserves food, it's like one of the miraculous things. Like, I'm done with this chore for today. That was so easy. I just went out there and got them, brushed them off, and laid them on my porch. So easy. And that lets me worry about them on another day, or lets me just not even worry about them at all until the day that we eat them. I forgot about the onions. These are some onions that several weeks ago Matt and I were harvesting onions, and we forgot these, and then we forgot them again and again and again. So we're getting them. They're small. They're on the small side, but we'll use them. They'll be good. Sometimes you just need a small onion, so they work good for that. And we just spread them out on the porch and let them dry the same way that we did the squash. And we'll use them. I've already been using the other ones. We've about used all of them that we already harvested, so they won't, of course, make it through the winter, but they will be a nice addition to anything we need that calls for an onion. Well, I chopped up the little pumpkin that we found the hole or something had been in it. Uh-oh, Corey's throwing them in the floor. Wash that one off. Here it is. Okay, won't hurt it. Here you go. And went ahead and chopped it up. A lot of times when I'm putting up pumpkin, I roast them in the oven and then scrape out all that goodness. But since this one was so small and it was just a little, I just chopped it up, and we're just going to throw it in the freezer as it is. And then when we need it, if we're going to use it for something like a cake or a pie or something, we'll just have to cook it then. One thing we like to do, though, is just throw these, like if it was fresh. I don't like so much in the freezer, because once you freeze them, they get soggy. But roasted pumpkin is really good, too. But probably with these, what we'll do is just whatever day I'm going to cook something, maybe making pies for Thanksgiving or something, get it out and just cook these, and then make the pie or the cookies or the cake or whatever it is. So we ate some dinner, and now we're ready to get started on the next step of our day. We got everything inside from outside. That's always a chore, to go around and just harvest what needs to be put up. So I think we're going to start with one of the easiest things, which is okra here. There's lots of different ways of preserving okra, but the way we do it, just the way I've always done it, it's the way Granny did it, is I just cut it into the bite-sized pieces that I would want if I was making fried okra. That's predominantly how we eat it. And then we spread that out on cookie sheets or baking sheets and put those in the freezer. Then once it's froze solid, we take that off the cookie sheet, put it in a Ziploc bag, and put it back in the freezer. And that way you can scoop out as much okra as you want for a meal, if you needed a whole lot or if you didn't need very much. I've had a lot of people ask me if we pickle okra. We do like pickled okra. I've not pickled any this year, but I've made several jars last year. And I think I even have a video where I'm pickling something else, but at the end I put some okra into the solution that's left. So we definitely like to eat it like that. We do also put it, think about soups and things like that. We like it like that too. But by far the way we like it the best is fried. Austin and Matt especially. Mm-hmm. Austin loves it as much as Matt does. So we're going to get started with that really quickly. I see I got a pepper accidentally in our okra, Corey.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we're on to the next step. We took some of the peppers, I chopped them up, and then Corey put them in the food processor for me, and we're gonna make Matt's pepper jelly that he's been wanting. So I have a video about pepper jelly, and it goes into great detail, so I'll be sure to link to that. But right now I've got 4 cups of chopped peppers and a mixture of green and red, mostly green, and a few yellow ones. And I'm gonna put a teaspoon of salt in them and stir it up, and then it has to sit for a while. And while it's sitting, we'll move on to the next thing. It smells so good already. It's really pretty too. The yellows and the reds and the greens. It's mostly green though. Okay, we'll let that sit. On to the next step. We're getting finished though. Our counter over there is getting bare, so that's a nice feeling. So the next thing we're going to do is just make only like 1 or 2 jars, depending on how many peppers we have, of pickled peppers. I did a video about this last year too, so we'll be sure to link to it. But I actually found the recipe from Lady Lee's home, and I'll put that link in the description below because she gives so many more details. But basically it's very, very simple. We're just going to put peppers and garlic in our jars. We're going to fill the jars with a mixture of vinegar. Corey's got us some vinegar over there. And then hot water, or not hot water, water that has been brought to a boil with salt. And that's it. That's going to be our brine. So Corey and I first though, we're going to just take the pepper. If it's got a large stem, you can cut that off, but we're not really trying to cut the whole stem off, and then whole stem off, and then we're just going to put an X in the bottom, and then we're just going to put it in our jars. That's pretty good already. And the X don't have to be perfect either. Just do the best you can. That other video and then her website definitely shares more about it. These are we grew this garlic this year, some great old big cloves of garlic. I'm going to go ahead and put you a piece in there.
That's cool.
I don't know if we're going to end up with a full jar or not, but if we do, Corey could take one home to Austin. So you let them ferment about a week. Then you can taste them and then see what you think. I think these big ones, I don't know. I've done cut on this one, so I think I'm going to, I wish I hadn't done that, but I already done it now. I'm going to actually get the seeds out of it and try to put them down in. I should have just left well enough alone, but I didn't. So it's over now.
What about this one?
Yeah, you can put that one. There we go.
Thank you.
I'm going to put more garlic. Each of them. I like the garlic out of pickled and fermented things as much as I like whether it's a pickle or a pepper like this. I'm trying to help you too.
Alright.
Okay,
What do you
let's
think?
see. Let's see what we think about this one. Let's just put it in there too. Think I should cut it and put the pieces, or you think it'll fit down in yours?
Might fit down
Let's swap out one for one.
in here. Yeah.
Now see if it'll fit, if you can push it down in there.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, good. So now we're gonna put,
Here's vinegar.
yeah, about a half a cup of vinegar. I guess that's about almost exactly half a cup. Ooh, I might have got a little bit more in yours. A little bit more. Okay, and then we're gonna fill it with the
Fill
water.
the rest of the way up with water.
Yeah.
Right there.
Yeah.
Or a little more.
I think that'll be good. We've got a weight, fermenting weight that we're going to put in it, so let's see if it pushes it down. Oh yeah, that'll be good. Pushed it down in there. That way everything just stays below the brine. That's probably good for that one. Put my weight down in there. Okay, now we just need a lid. See if we can find the lid. What?
I push that way down.
Oh,
Now I have to retrieve it.
that happens sometimes. Sometimes the whoops.
I'm struggling right now.
Sometimes
I'm
the
gonna let you do that.
sometimes the weights get away
I had on
from
a shirt. This water was boiling.
you. Yeah. Sometimes the weights get away from you.
I
You
thought
know
I
what
was
we're going to
doing-
do? We're going to leave that weight down in there. That's what we're going to do.
Just put another one
And
on
put
the top.
another one, yeah. Get us a. We'll get
I'm
another
sorry
one.
about
No,
that.
it's fine.
I should have left well enough alone.
Sometimes that happens even when they're sitting over there. We've got a little leakage going on now, Corey. Oh no. Okay.
There's too much water in there.
That was all me.
All right. Let's see if we can retrieve some of them. Yeah.
I didn't think that one would just sink like that.
Hard to get a hold of. There. There's that one. Now where's the one I put? We have to take some. We may have to redo this one.
I'm sorry.
It's alright. I was just gonna leave it because sometimes that happens when you're fermenting something. That was all the way on the bottom now. We're gonna try again. Putting them back in there after we've wallered them all over the place. Okay, now. Okay. Okay, now we're not going to touch it. We're going to put the lid on it. I'm going to have to get a towel to dry them a little bit. And then we're going to set them off to the side. You want to leave yours here till it does ferment and then you can take it home? Yeah, okay. Look how pretty they look though. They're so pretty and they're so good. We all loved them last year. It's a really great recipe. I think the only thing we have left is the pepper jelly. Am I forgetting something or is that it? So I'm going to get started on supper. The peppers need to soak in that salt a little bit longer. And then I think I'll have to make something for supper that the pepper jelly will go with, so we'll have something. Got to have cornbread to smear it on, so I'm going to think about that. And then our day of preserving will be complete.
And the only thing that would make it more complete is if you eat these seeds.
Katie might eat them.
No, sorry.
Olive?
I'm going to check them out.
Okay, go check them out. So I've got supper almost ready. I just need to make a cake of cornbread to go with it. But I've got the Cabbage Patch stew's what we're having, so I got it made. It's simmering over on the stove. If you've never had it, it's a really hearty, good soup or stew, whichever one you want to call it. I have a video about it, so I'll link to it, and it's really simple to put together too. Corey and I almost forgot about the peas when we were going through everything, cleaning off the counters, putting everything away, putting everything up so that we could enjoy it this winter. We almost forgot about the peas. We didn't end up with a whole lot. It would be enough for a meal for sure. So I'm not sure if we'll save some of them to cook with maybe a different kind of pea. I still have butter beans growing outside, so that might be good. And definitely though, we've got enough to save for seed next year. So I'm really excited about that. They're just such a beautiful, beautiful pea. So now, set my peas out of the way. The only thing left is making the pepper jelly. So our peppers and salt have been sitting here. Lots of liquid has come out. So we're going to drain them, and then we're going to go over to the stove and make the pepper jelly. And then I'm going to make some cornbread, like I said, so that Matt has something to put it on. So Matt's been asking for pepper jelly. Now I've made it, so I'm gonna make him taste some right now, and then we're gonna eat supper. Got supper ready. You want a little piece of cornbread for yours, Corey? How big?
Just a
Little bitty like that.
Yeah, I just want a little one too, since we're getting supper.
Can I go ahead and...
Yeah, go ahead. Sure. Go ahead, Dad. See if it meets your approval. It's not hardly had time to gel up yet, but it's still tasty.
Oh yeah.
Golly, that's good.
Oh, sorry. No.
Okay, y'all ain't gonna let me have none.
No.
Man. That's some fine stuff. Gosh almighty.
Good.
Some of the best stuff ever.
It was really good.
Gosh, that's good. You like it?
It goes good with cream cheese and crackers too. But I especially like it with cornbread or fried cornbread, either one. So we've had a very productive day preserving some of the last remnants of our garden. But it feels really good. Every little bit you put in, you know that on a cold winter's day you're going to get to pull it out and enjoy it. It's a good feeling. And putting up food is certainly very common in the Appalachian culture. So that's, we have a ruckus going on in our house. Katie,
Yeah,
are you all right?
good.
Is that Olive?
Yeah.
You never know with Olive. Sounds like she's tearing the house down. I hope not. Since Katie's in there, I hope Katie's not letting her. Yeah. But putting up food is part of the Appalachian culture, and it's something that we really enjoy, especially when we get to, as I said, pull out the wonderful goodness on a cold winter's day and enjoy it. We're always happy when you stop by to visit with us and help us celebrate Appalachia.
Right.
What is this? Is our Marconi? This is the yellow This is a yellow Marconi. This is a yellow Marconi. Why can I not say Marconi? Marconi.
Marconi. Say it as two syllables.
Okay. This is a yellow.
Wait, hold on a sec. Your finger bleeding or just something? Okay,
No,
sorry.
it's just a pepper.
You just have that like when I'm like.
Let me move this. This is a yellow Marconi pepper. I'm like Marconi.
Marconi pepper.
I'm not even gonna say what the name of it is. Okay.
That's one of them peppers.
This is a pepper.
Mom. You see that?
Mm-hmm.
I don't like that. What's he doing?
Probably eating the ants, maybe. I don't know though. They're crawling all over him.
Probably this bag right here.
Probably.
No more.
I'll pull my knife out on me.
Should
Dad's
we do
gonna
a
fight me for the pepper jelly?
thumbnail? Or they just turned out so. Oh Lord, I don't even know what I'm saying. They didn't turn out. Let me start all over. But and then our day of preserve. I don't know if I was looking down or not though.
I can't remember.
I don't know. All right, somebody want to listen to it back and see what they think?